Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Reading from Krishna-bhakti, Canto 1, Chapter 1, Text 8. Dharmaha Svanustitaha Pungsam Vishvaksena Katahsu Yaha Na Utpadayet Yadi Ratim Shramaha Eva Hi Kevalam Dharmasvanustita Pungsam Vishvaksena Kathasu Yaha Notpadayed Yadi Rathing Shrama Eva Hi Kevalam Dharmasvanustita Pungsam Vishvaksena Kathasuya Notpadayed Yadirathing Shrama Eva Hi Kevalam Dharmasvanustita Pungsam Vishvaksena Kathasuya Notpadayed Yadirathing Shrama Eva Hi Kevalam
Dharmasvanustita
Pungsam Vishvaksena Katasuya Notpadayed Yadirathing Shrama Eva Hi Kevalam Dharmasvanustita Pungsam Vishvaksena Kathasuya Notpadayed Yadirathing Shrama Eva Hi Kevalam Dharmasvanustita Pungsam Vishvaksena Kathasuya Notpadayed Yadirathim Shrama Eva Hi Kevalam Dharmaha Occupation Svanustitaha executed in terms of one's own position. Pungsam of humankind. Vishvaksena the personality of Godhead. Plenary portion. Kathasu in the message of. Yaha what is not. What is na not. Utpadayet does produce. Yadi if. Ratim attraction. Shramaha useless labor. Eva only. He certainly. Kevalam entirely. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. The occupational activities a man performs according to his own position are only so much useless labor if they do not provoke attraction for the message of the personality of Godhead. Purport. There are different occupational activities in terms of man's different conceptions of life. To the gross materialist who cannot see anything beyond the gross body, there is nothing beyond the senses. Therefore, his occupational activities are limited to concentrated and extended selfishness. Concentrated selfishness centers around the personal body. This is generally seen amongst the lower animals. Extended selfishness is manifested in human society and centers around the family, society, community, nation, and the world, with a view to gross bodily comfort. Above these gross materialists are the mental speculators who hover aloft in the mental spheres, and their occupational duties involve poetry, philosophy, or propagating some ism with the same aim of selfishness limited to the body and mind. But above the body and mind is the dormant spirit soul, whose absence from the body makes the whole range of bodily and mental selfishness completely null and void. But less intelligent people have no information of the needs of the spirit soul. Because foolish people have no information of the soul and how it is beyond the purview of the body and mind, they are not satisfied in the performance of their occupational duties. The question of the satisfaction of the self is raised herein. The self is beyond the gross body and subtle mind. It is the potent active principle of the body and mind. Without knowing the need of the dormant soul, one cannot be happy simply with emolument of the body and mind. The body and mind are but superfluous outer coverings of the spirit soul. The spirit soul's needs must be fulfilled. Simply by cleansing the cage of the bird, one does not satisfy the bird. One must actually know the needs of the bird himself. The need of the spirit soul is that he wants to get out of the limited sphere of material bondage and fulfill his desire for complete freedom. He wants to get out of the covered walls of the greater universe. He wants to see the free light and the spirit. That complete freedom is achieved when he meets the complete spirit, the personality of Godhead. There's a dormant affection for God within everyone. Spiritual existence is manifested through the gross body and mind in the form of perverted affection for gross and subtle matter. Therefore, we have to engage ourselves in occupational engagements that will involve our divine consciousness. This is possible only by hearing and chanting the divine activities of the Supreme Lord, and any occupational activity which does not help one to achieve attachment for hearing and chanting the transcendental message of Godhead is said herein to be simply a waste of time. This is because other occupational duties, whatever ism they may belong to, cannot give liberation to the soul. Even the activities of the salvationists are considered to be useless because of their failure to pick up the fountainhead of all liberties. The gross materialist can practically see that his material gain is limited only to time and space, either in this world or in the other. Even if he goes up to the Svargalok, he will find no permanent abode for his hankering soul. The hankering soul must be satisfied by perfect scientific process of devotional service. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashtatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Dharma sanustita pungsam vishvaksena katasuya notpadayed yadiratim shrama evahi kevalam. The occupational activities a man performs according to his own position are only so much useless labor if they do not provoke attraction for the message of the personality of Godhead. This is still what we can describe as the preface to the Bhagavatam. And all the topics of Bhagavatam are being spoken of in a kind of summary, just like in chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita. A summary is spoken of the whole work. So here the topic of dharma is introduced. Occupational activities. There are different occupational activities one can perform according to his conception of life. We see in Bhagavad Gita different dharmas. Actually, they're not on the same level, as we know, but everyone has a different conception. And so, the Vedas give different occupations one can do for purification. Rather, actually, all of them are on like a ladder which is at different rungs, and the highest is bhakti. We know that. But anyway, you have gross materialists. That means people who simply think about senses, nothing more. They're called karmis. And so what they do is they do their occupational activities simply for getting sense gratification. Here, definitely the context is varnashram. So a karmi will do his duty. Sometimes we call people non-devotees karmis in ISKCON. But they're not karmis. Karmi means in varnashram. Doing his duty, but for his satisfaction. Because karma means doing your duty according to the Vedas. the varna and ashram, performing that relevant samskar and all the whatever duties are pertaining to varna, and following the duties in our ashram. So one who follows that for his sense gratification, simply for the senses, is known as a karmi. But Krishna at the lowest level was when he began to preach about the concept of yoga linking to the Supreme. He started on the platform of karma. Do your duty for his sake. Tad artha karma kaunteya. Mukta sangat samachara. That you will get liberation. Yagya arthat karmano. Karma should be done for yagya. Yagya is Vishnu, another name of Vishnu. Yagyo vai Vishnu. Karma, our duties in Varnashram should be done for the sake of Vishnu. Okay, now Varnashram is not there. Okay, so whatever duties you're performing, in work, whatever it is, we're doing it for our sense gratification, but it should be for God. But that's at a lower level. Then at a higher level, we have people who are on the mental level. So their sense gratification is not on sensual level, mental level. Philosophy, poetry, some discussion of some ideas and isms and ideological push. They tie themselves to some ideology and push it. Communism, or Naxalism, democracy, capitalism. Save the whales, they go after that. Or don't use petrol, they dedicate their life to that. Don't use petrol. So they're not thinking about bodies, sense gratification, but they're at mental level. Selfishness can be, selfish means selfish, thinking about myself. Oh, now someone may say, I'm not thinking about myself, I'm thinking about my family. I'm working for my family. Okay, then that is what we call extended selfishness. Why your family? Why aren't you working for his family? That family across the road. Why only your family? Others may say, no, I'm working for JP Nagar, welfare work, or for the nation. But why are you working for your nation? Why not another nation? Extended selfishness. It may come till human level. Humanity. What about the dogs? They are suffering. So it's not perfect. It grows. Although it's growing more and more, the consciousness expands, but still selfishness at extended level. The highest conception is when we simply think about not self, but super self. Vishnu, Paramatma. We think about and then serve them. So anyway, there are different yogic systems, occupations for different people. But these occupations, people are just occupied in serving them, their body, their mind, whatever. Okay, then still above this senses, body and mind is the soul. Occupation with you should not be for our body, mind, intelligence. Should be for the soul. That is the purpose we're given the body. Some people take occupation, activity, even some form of yoga, but on dhyana, ashtanga yoga, other systems of yoga, they're not purely for serving the Supreme. They're meant for our sense gratification. So a point is made here that Prabhupada says, because people have no information of the soul, that they fully concentrate on mind, intelligence and senses, and body, mind, senses, intelligence. But higher knowledge of soul, when they get that, then they act on that platform. According to the Vedas, there's one who's called a Nastik, the atheist. It's not only not accepting God, but there's another. What is that? Not accepting God? Huh? Well, I read up in a purport of Prabhupada. He said that if you don't accept God, that's the definition of Gnostic, but also don't accept soul. Not accepting the soul includes in definition of atheist. And so people, due to this atheistic attitude, not accepting or not knowing about soul and God, they'll only serve themselves. But at a higher level, you have the self, the soul, and so those with higher knowledge engage in serving the soul. So when we tell people about this process of Krishna consciousness, or Bhagavad Gita, or chant Hare Krishna, they'll say, oh, we have our process. Or we are born in this family, we worship this deity. Or we are from this part of India, we worship this or whatever. Okay, good. Or maybe they're not worshipping, they're engaged in some NGO activity, whatever. But now the point here is, whatever is your activity, it should awaken love of God. Ruchi, it should, Shinvata, means Shinvata Sukata Krishna. One should desire to hear about Krishna. And that is the proper dharma. Because we are living this life, day by day we are coming to death. Now if you say that, okay, we are going towards death, so we have to prepare. So simply everyone is eating, sleeping, working, eating, sleeping, and doing some kind of dharma. Okay, do your dharma, what is it? But your dharma is not awakening you to have the desire to hear about Krishna and chant. It says here, hear and chant about Krishna. So if your dharma is not doing that, your activity, your occupation daily in life, then there's a problem. Because day by day we are going towards an end. This life is not eternal. And before you come to that end, we should have gotten the taste. We should have not only gotten the taste, we should have got liberation. But that's a start. If we get rati means attraction, love, for hearing about Krishna. Not padayed yadi ratim shrama eva hi kevalam. Not padayed, here it says. Not padayed means does not produce. Na utpadayed, does not produce. If the dharma I'm doing does not make me become attracted to Krishna day by day, increasingly, then shrama eva hi kevalam, very heavy verse. Waste of time, whatever you're doing. Oh, I'm chanting this mantra, I'm doing this every day, then I do this fast, but the question is, are we awakening our love of God? Every day we go to this place, we do this, and I light that lamp, I do this, okay, we're all very good, but we should awaken our love for God. Otherwise, it says here, very strong verse, Shram eva hi kevalam, it's a waste. Shram means hard labor, very difficult labor. It's simply Shram eva hi kevalam, it's simply hard labor. Now, bhakti is not labor, we won't say that, But if what we are doing is not awakening bhakti, then it is labor. It's something we're doing very hard, but it's not awakening the attraction to Krishna. This is definition of whether a practice, something should be done or not. So even in Bengali there's a saying, bhajan kare, sadhan kare, martya jan le hoy. You do your bhajan, you do your sadhana, and we'll see at death.
Then we'll see death.
We'll see at death what happens.
Test.
Will you think of Krishna? Will you get liberation? We'll see at death, but that's actually too late. We have to see before. See before. So, notpade dhartim shama eva hi kevalam. The purpose of occupation of dharma is meant to do that. Some people are at a lower consciousness, so they're given other tasks. Okay, you simply give donation. Okay, you simply come here and donate ghee. Okay. Okay, but then an expert preacher will elevate them. Okay, gradually, now you do more, now you do more. There's an expression in Arabic that there's heavy rain. So a man is riding a camel, then he sets up a tent. And he's taking shelter of the tent from the rain. And the camel is outside. Then the camel says, okay, it's very rainy. Can I just put my head in the tent? Okay. He put his head in the tent. Then after some time, he wakes up, the Arab. Actually, my neck is getting wet. Can I just put my head and my neck in the tent? Okay. Okay, then go. Can I put my hump? My hump is getting wet. Okay, then he enters, but the tent is too small, and then everything falls down. No one got the shelter. So anyway, without going that far, but that's the principle that, we engage someone little, then a little, but finally everyone has to surrender. Everyone has to surrender, no? What is the goal of Bhagavad Gita? Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam mam ekam, only Krishna. Not Krishna, this one, and that one, and ekam, one. So finally, one has to come to that level, but it's a gradual process, and so the person doesn't have taste yet for hearing chant. Okay, just tell, okay, you just bring ghee or just give some donation, but gradually one has to be elevated, and by doing that they get purified, consciousness expand, but we can't prematurely tell them everything. We can't do that. One has to have adhikar. One has to have the spiritual intelligence to understand it, what we are saying. And so, especially in Kali Yuga, this process of chanting a lot and taking prasad, this is simply to give that sukriti. When we say Mahaprasade Govinde, Namare Brahmane Vaishna, everyone, opened eyes. Not yet, wait, still half an hour. Mahaprasade Govinde, Namare Brahmane Vaishnave, Svalpa Punya Vatam Rajan, Vishwasana. One will not have faith in prasad, Nam, and the name, holy name, if they don't have sukriti. So, we give people sukriti more. We do a lot of chanting. Because now, what is the qualification? Can people engage in bhakti? No, it's so difficult. No, we're not. We're late. We have this busy. We have this work, or this exam, and something. So, okay, come and chant Hare Krishna with us, take prasad. Gradually, that, awakens the taste. And at some point has to come, that we have to teach them the full thing, and we have to spell it out, that you have to surrender to Krishna. Surrender means that my shelter should only be Krishna, not other things, not money, this or that. I may have money, I may have car and house, but the shelter should be Krishna, finally. That can be seen in someone's behavior. So that is someone who does that, he's udaradhi. He has broad-minded intelligence. Udaradhi. And one who doesn't is a kripana. He got the great wealth of the human body, but he's just using it for sense gratification. For himself, his body, or his family, or his country, or only for humanity, or only for the whales, or the stray dogs. No, you have to serve everyone. How do you serve everyone at once? All at once. How do you serve everyone? You have to serve every single living entity. How do you do that?
Serving God.
Yata, what do you think, Akash?
Just like example is given, if we water the road,
Okay.
all are so satisfied. So if we serve one way.
Yeah, correct. Yata taror mula nishechanena tripyanti tatskanda bujopashakha. Water the root. Tripyanti tatskanda bujopashakha. Then we satisfy the trunk, the root, the branch, everything. Prana upara chayatendriyanam. If I want to supply energy to the whole body, simply satisfy the stomach. Tata sarva arhanam achyuteja. Ijya means worship. Achyuteja, worshipping Achyuta. Sarva arhanam, we worshipped everyone, we satisfied everyone. Such a person is called udaradhi. He is very broad-minded. He's serving everyone. Generous, magnanimous. Not only one little country, or party, or society, family, country. So now our sadhana should be such that it should awaken that taste. We should analyze, 1 year ago, this time, what was my taste? What was my desire? Or 1 month? Why 1 year? 1 year. And that we can know, like if we go to the holy dham, Mayapur, and we go, how I feel, and how I feel, and it should be change should be there. Our occupation, we can put it differently, in our context as devotees, our sadhana should be such that it should be transforming us. I used to get angry, I used to get upset, now I'm not, or less. Okay, still we get angry for Krishna, that is bhakti. But, I used to, not have so much taste, really, now I'm getting more. So we should do that, that should come. The taste should increase. And that's the purpose of sadhana. Sadhana bhakti is meant to give raganuga bhakti. And that's meant to give prema bhakti. So very high topics for us. At least we focus on 16 rounds. Reading daily. But our sadhana should awaken our love for God. That's the purpose, that's the whole purpose. Then what happens? Day by day, our life is going, death is coming, but it's like for a devotee, it's the same. Death, anyway, I'm doing now what I'll do there, I'll do here, For karmis, it's something horrific. Because karmi means engaging in sense gratification. After death, what will happen? Where will I go? And actually, they have some idea that I'm going to die and I'm going to get punished for what I did. And so they try to resist death, disease as much as possible. But not a devotee. Of course, they'll also resist those things, but so that they can serve more. But for devotee, gradually, day by day, coming to death, it's not an issue because they won't do anything different. They'll be doing the same thing there and here. But I think Krishna will be more happy here if we do something here. Bhavananda. Enjoy taking birth to preach, to spread the movement. There Krishna will be more happy here. Then of course we'll go there. Krishna is also happy. Anyway, I don't want to predict what will make Krishna happy. I'm not so close. But I know that his acharyas come to rescue the fallen souls. And the gopis say that one who preaches, that Bhuvigarnantiye Bhurida Jana. The people who preach are very fortunate. Bhurida Jana, those who spread your message. Because they please Krishna a lot. So, for a devotee who is practicing sadhana, gradually awakening his love of God, this is the topmost occupation. The hankering soul must be satisfied by perfect scientific process of devotional service. Actually, in the previous verse, it says, the last sentence in the purport, Bhakti is the supermost occupation of the human being. Supermost. Very familiar scenario, Srila Prabhupada making words using, because English is so limited. So expert Srila Prabhupada coins words in English which we will not find in the dictionary, but which convey the meaning perfectly. Supermost. I'm guessing here it will be Sarvottam. How do you say that in English? Sarvottam. Supermost. Supermost.
The highest of everything.
Yeah, so Prabhupada coined this word. Very nice. Expert.
Sarva means all, Uttam means...
Yeah, what I'm saying is this word. How do you translate it in English? One word. So Prabhupada used this word. Bhakti is the supermost occupation. And otherwise we would say Sarvottam Dharma. Sarva Uttam Dharma. Sarvottam. So supermost. So occupation, activity, the topmost is bhakti. Now that means that as a soul, what can I do in this life? What can I do? I have to do some occupation which is best for me. The best thing to do is to serve poor people. Something that the best thing to do is if I can accumulate as much resources before I die. Others think that if I can, Prabhupada said that, there's a saying in Bengali that if I can see my great-grandchild, then there's success in life. So everyone has a different definition. But here Prabhupada is saying the supermost occupation is bhakti. That I am here in this world, as a soul, what can I do? The best thing I can do is devotional service, serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is nothing higher. That means whatever I'm doing in life, thinking, willing, desiring, acting, should be bhakti, should be serving the Supreme Lord, and how to increase that. And we are given limited time, so in that time it should happen. Ayur harati vaipumsam udyan ashtan tayan aso. The sun on rising and setting takes away our day by day, another day, another. another new day, so one day is taken away, time is taken, and we are given that time, become Krishna conscious within this time. And if in that time, our occupation, whatever we're doing, we're increasing our bhakti, increasing our desire to hear about Krishna, all success. Shubha. Otherwise, it says here, Shama eva hi kevalam. As Prabhupada puts it here, the occupational activities a man performs, according to his position, are useless labor, not bhakti, it's labor, if it does not provoke attraction for the message of personality of Godhead. So the principle is that anything we are doing in life, we have to pick the best way, isn't it? Now I come to a house, which is the best way to enter, to go to the door? The straight way. I'll not go around this pillar, just go straight. If someone wants to make money, find the easiest way to make money, okay? So now someone wants to get the benefit. We're looking for benefit, huh? Everyone's looking for benefit. Isme kya fayda hai? What is the benefit in this? What's the benefit in this work, living in this country? So the highest benefit is attaining love of God for the jiva. We should attain for that. Nothing else is higher than that. Supermost. So our thought, planning process, food, eating, sleeping, living, work, friends, what we do on Sunday between 6:30 and 8:30 should be to awaken bhakti. Or Sunday, 7 to 9. Whatever we do should be to awaken bhakti. This is the highest position. What to do if you're?
When we are alone.
Alone. Then you can go
What
on.
is your desire we have to ask?
What is?
What will be the desire when we are alone?
Yeah. As I heard from Rameshwar also many times, that the best test of Krishna consciousness is to see what you do. No, it's you. You said it. The best test of your Krishna conscious is to see what you do when you're alone. Yeah. But don't be alone. Actually, we're not meant to be. Devotees belong together. Kalau Shakti Sange. In Kali, strength comes from association. If you're alone, make devotees. Preach to your neighbor. Preach to your PG mate. Preach to your workmate. Preach to your family. You get some Sangha. Hare Krishna. Choose your dharma carefully. Choose your mantra carefully. And your object of worship. And what do you do on Sunday between 6:30 and 8:30? Hare Krishna, any question? Question?
Not from this book.
Okay, all right.
Balaram was there.
Yeah.
We got to know that Lord Balaram is, there's no difference between Krishna and Balaram.
Yes.
So, like Krishna.
Yes and no, but anyway, ask your question.
Only difference is like the complex.
And mood.
Okay. Like Krishna has 64 potencies in full. So, does Balaram has an equal?
No. He doesn't have 4 at least of those.
Okay.
You see, Krishna and Vishnu, they're different, as we know, from Chaitanya Charitamrita in one purport. They explain the different expansions of Krishna. They are different types, you have Vaibhav, Prakash, and so many types. So, Balaram expanded from Krishna. He has the same bodily features, different color, different mood. Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, and Balaram is the supreme personality of servitor, Godhead. He is the highest servitor, serving Krishna. Krishna's mood is to enjoy, Balaram's mood is to assist Krishna. That's the mood difference. So, does Balaram have everything? No. If we see the 64 qualities, nectar of devotion, so some of them are Rupa Madhuri, beautiful form, okay, you would say that. Although Krishna is more attractive. Okay, but Venu Madhurya, Balaram doesn't have that. Krishna has a beautiful flute, he plays the flute and attracts people. What are the others? Rupa Madhuri, Venu Madhurya, Leela Madhurya. So Krishna attracts people with his pastimes, so attractive that even the atheists, they are always targeting Krishna. They have to speak about him. They speak badly, but they can't forget him. As we know in some comments in our YouTube channel, they keep coming. So the difference is that Krishna has things which are more, but there will be some number of points which Balaram has, and all Vishnu Tattva will have a certain amount. What are the exact ones? I don't know. What I know is that Vishnu has 60, and Shiva has some 84%, the Jiva has 78% of the quality. So Balaram will not have 100%. There will be a difference. And I just give example, flute playing, the Leela, and the devotees.
Balaram is also filled with Leela, no? Like how Krishna has gopis and
he has gopis. He has his, gopis. He has his Leela. He has his Ras Leela also.
Maybe with flute, maybe flute and peacock.
No, we didn't. I don't remember seeing or hearing that in Krishna book. It doesn't have a peacock feather. And flute, no. He has a gada. He has a hala.
Yeah, Prabhupada writes that because Krishna is with the cows, taking care of cows, he's taken the role of that's why he is having the flute. And Balaram, he is in agriculture, so he doesn't carry a flute, he carries a hull.
Yeah.
Like that.
Varnashram. Preaching.
Lord Ram is expansion of Balaram, all the Vishnu.
Oh yeah, all the avatars come out of Balaram. Actually not Balaram. If you want to be specific, Balaram expands into Chaturvyuha. Then out of Shankarshan in the Chaturvyuha, there's another Chaturvyuha. Then out of that Chaturvyuha expands Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu and Shirodakshay Vishnu. Then out of Shirodakshay Vishnu come avatars in this planet. But then we can say they come out of Balaram, everything. Krishna is just enjoying, nothing comes.
Why not this true? I was seeing Lord Ram as expansion of Krishna. But what I don't get is, Balaram's expansion should be like Lakshmana, Nityananda. But I cannot see Lord Ram to be expansion of Lord Balaram because...
You see, no, that's possible. You see, all the Vishnu Tattva are complete. They are full in opulences, but they will not exhibit all of them. So when we have, for example, Shirodakshay Vishnu, he is Vishnu Tattva category, but Krishna comes out of him. Krishna comes from him in this material universe when he descends. Yeah, but Krishna is exhibiting everything, Shirodakshay Vishnu is not. So then it can be that Lord Ram can come out. But he, of course, comes out of Shirodakshay Vishnu. But it's possible.
Chaitanya
Mahaprabhu is completely different category. I cannot imagine to say if he comes out of Shirodakshay Vishnu, but one thing that's mentioned,
Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna
Nahiyanya. You see, in the beginning of Chaitanya Charitamrita, there's such a deep study done on Krishna Tattva. Krishna, is this expansion, that expansion, and then all the names are given, like Vaibhav Prakash, what are the others? We have to read that. It's in the Goloka chart. That expansion, which is similar features but different color, or same, completely same expansion of Krishna, like in Satyabhama, is it Leela or Nagnajit, where he fought the 7 bulls, so he expanded into 7, but all the 7 are the same. Okay, and then you have expansions like the Vishnu form, which have a slight difference. Okay, yeah. So you have. I have to end up reading. You see, you have like Vilas Roop, then Prabhav Vilas, Vaibhav Vilas, Svangsha. The different expansions. Okay, so now it goes through all of that just to explain one point, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not even category of Balaram or anything. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. He's not like Ram category or this category. He's Swayam Bhagavan, Krishna himself. Which verse is that? We have the Radha Bhavadev. Krishna Khyam, Chaitanya Khyam, Prakatamadhuna, Tadem Chakyam. Anyway, Radha Krishna Pranay Vrakatil Hiladini Shakti Rasmad, Ekat Manava Vibhuvi Pura, Deha Bhedam Gatautho. Radha, the loving affairs of Radha Krishna are under the Hladini Shakti. Then Ekat Manava Vibhuvi Pura, Deha Bhedam Gatautho. They were one, but they became two. Then, then Ekat Manava Vibhuvi Pura, they were two, but they became one. Chaitanya Khyam Prakatamadhuna Tadvayam Chaikyam Aptam. He's known as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when they came again together. Prakatam Madhuna. So he came into this world. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's Krishna. He's not, if you see the categories, he's not like Balram who took another, he's not on the level of Vishnu, he's not on the level of Ram. He's directly, Krishna came but in a different color and mood. Directly, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So it's on the levels, on these different kinds of expansions. So, direct expansion of Krishna, my understanding is he's Krishna himself came.
When Krishna desired to enjoy, Radharani came.
Yeah.
And when Krishna wants to know what Radharani is enjoying, he's coming.
Yeah. Tadvayam chaikyam aptam. Those two became one. Chaitanyam Akyam Prakatamadhuna. He's known as Chaitanya when they came together again.
It is clearly given in the introduction of teachings of Lord Chaitanya.
Yeah, that third. No, it's third verse of CC. This one. Radha Krishna Pranay Prakati Ladini Shakti Rasmat Ekat Manav Abhibhuvi Parat Tadvayam Chaik Deha Bhedam Katautau. He was one that he became two. Then it says, Ekat Manav Abhibhuvipura, he was one. Tadvaya Ekat Manav Abhibhuvipura, Deha Bhedam Katau, then he became two. Chaitanya Akyam Prakatamadhuna, Tadvayam Chaikyam Aptam. Those two again became one, that is Chaitanya, known as Chaitanya. Radha Bhava Dyuti Savalatam Naomi Krishna Sarupam. I worship him, who is Krishna, but who came in the mood of Radharani.
Krishna Varnam Shah Krishna.
Yeah. Swayam Krishna Bhagavan. So to understand that, only I saw it in Chaitanya Charitamrita with such a high level of explanation about Krishna, different expansions, and how you understand Mahaprabhu is Swayam Krishna himself. Hare Krishna, any other question? Yes.
Yesterday, India has launched this Aditya,
Yeah.
which will go closer to the sun. planet.
Yeah.
So my doubt is like Chandra and Surya, they are present like planets in, as to our knowledge,
Yeah.
but as per Bhagavatam, they are personalities also.
No, they're both.
Okay.
Both are there.
So, like in the heavenly planets, they will be there also, no?
The personalities.
Personalities.
Yes, they are there.
Okay.
If you read, for example, the Ashta Siddhi, one of the Siddhis is the one who can make a planet. One of the Ashta Siddhis is that one can make a planet, the yogi, when he gets that power. So these devatas could make a planet, but even you see, Kardama Muni made a flying city, but I guess he could also have made a planet. Prabhupada writes in the purport there. And so these demigods had that power, they made a planet, but they're still existing. And they're governing different aspects of our life. So Surya Bhagavan is present, and the planet is there. Prabhupada said there's a planet like here. Roads, houses, people are there on Surya Loka.
But in moon, there is nothing to do.
No, moon is also a heavenly planet, full of abundant, it's a heavenly planet, better than this. So that's why we are confused, why are we seeing that? So there are different reasons for that. One is they might have landed on Rahu planet, not the moon. Actually, moon is very far, further than the sun. Another thing is that maybe they entered, but they entered external moon. They couldn't see anything. Just like, invaders came into Vrindavan. They also went there, but they didn't see Vrindavan. They'll not see Vrindavan. So we'll not see the moon. In Germany or somewhere, Prabhupada spoke about Mount Meru. He saw it. Huge golden mountain in the middle of Jambudvip. Why can't we see a huge golden mountain? It's very big. Just like if there's an elephant in this room, you cannot not notice it. We'll notice it. So we don't have that karma. So different reasons. One is that because Prabhupada spoke different things at different times. That even if you enter the moon, you will not really enter. It's a heavenly planet. And Prabhupada gave example that the moon is in charge of giving rasa to the vegetables and fruits. It says in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, I become the moon and enter in, provide the rasa. And so now, if such a governing deity of rasa, taste and abundant, the taste and swad and smell of fruits and vegetables, how can it be desert on that planet? It will be abundant, vegetables, vegetation. Yes. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.